Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the world of the Fates Day Night. Where we last left off, we had a boss fight in our visual novel, and we actually first tried it, which was a pleasant surprise. I don't know how difficult I say it was, but it was just like, we didn't screw up. I'm going to take a little bit of pride in that. Now, before we actually get started with the game, our musical theater selection for the day is going to be another one that I have zero chance of ever singing on in a show, mainly because it's the female lead. And from Music Man, Good Night, My Someone. Good night, my someone, good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone, sleep tight, my love. A star is shining its brightest light. For good night, my love, for good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone. Good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say, but I must depend on a wish and a star. My heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night, good night, good night. Yeah, that wasn't good. If you wonder why everything shifted in there, I accidentally opened up Discord and it froze my computer for a second. It was like, what are the words? I don't know the words in this next part. Oh well. Still love doing it. Song I'll never get to sing, but I actually do love that song. I like Music Man, don't love it. I'm not as vehemently in the musical theater camp of just like West Side Story not winning like the Tony that year is like the biggest crime against humanity, but it's like, because I do like Music Man, but it's like West Side Story should have won. West Side Story should have won. Let us go see what is going on. We continue our adventure. We just got disemboweled just a little bit. Not a full disemboweling, but just enough disemboweling. I'm going to count it. And we're just going to take a nice nap. We're not going to worry about any of the crazy evil things that are going on. The bomb is taken care of at the school. Stupid magic bomb. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes. I'm having a bad dream. My body, injured as it is, demands a long, deep sleep. Listen to your body. But my mind is still stuck, replaying all that happened today. and it won't let me rest peacefully. My body's still not fully healed. It's burning. My mind is plagued with guilt. Why are you plagued with guilt? Everyone lived. Just this once, Rose. Everyone lived. You should be guilt-free. You should be proud of what happened. I think I'm crying out in my sleep. As I sleep, my dream drags on. How many victims were there? Osaka said there were no deaths, but that might just be the official story. Okay, are we beginning to just completely not trust the people we're working with? Do we think Tosaka, do we think Rin is now lying to us? Are we going to go down that rabbit hole, Shiro? That's not a rabbit hole we should be going down. We've already got a bad enough situation. Just sit back, be happy, believe the official story. Don't question the fact that you saw people who were, by all accounts, should be dead. How are you doing today, Ski? Thank you for stopping in. Hope you're ready for a lovely, exciting day 10 where I'm sure nothing bad will happen. No way does someone come out unscathed after having their life force ripped from them. Okay, thank you, Shiro, for actually voicing my concerns that I had yesterday. I actually do appreciate him going into that. But at this point, rather than questioning it, like, you could have questioned it to her face originally, but just like, at this point, just believe the story. Just live in a little bit of ignorance bliss, potentially. And let the thought of just like, everyone died at the school, just let that linger in the back of your head. Just bottle it up and worry about it in therapy in like 20 years before you explode. You're waiting for you to get to this point because there was, in fact, consequences. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. They could suffer any number of long-term physical problems in years to come, or even brain damage from lack of oxygen. Although Taiga might act exactly the same, and I wouldn't tell the difference. But burn. Some students even had severe skin damage. Okay, thank you for addressing the fact that like people's skins were turning to wax. Like that was like one of the big things. Was like, how do you automatically come back for that? I guess you could wave it off and say magic, but thank you for addressing that. That was a thing that happened. Even if they heal, they'll likely have scars for the rest of their lives. Hopefully super duper cool ones that you like put on your character when you're creating a new character in an RPG. My body hurts. I nearly died today. No, I did die. No, we didn't die. We lived. We straight up lived. We did not fully die. I'm counting it as we lived. Just a little bit of disemboweling. We're good. Bad luck for everyone who got sucked into this today. You did well, Shiro. Referring to yourself in the third person. Alright, we can do that. Stopped a catastrophe. And you did it by taking a wound that would normally kill you. There's nothing to feel guilty about. Well, the pain just tries to tell me to go to sleep. No. I can't make excuses for myself. It doesn't matter. It was a disaster, and I just happened to be there, but I couldn't do anything. They're saying I saved lives, but I didn't save anyone, not one person. Only this had just been a mistake. If only it hadn't happened, that my mind would be at peace and I could sleep. Dude, you know yourself. You're not going to go to sleep. You're going to go out to the shed, get into an argument with Archer, and then feel really bad about yourself, and then probably just pass out in the shed. Still better than this, but don't lie to yourself. Oh man. I'm off. It's absurd. My heart complaining like this when my body's already so weak. There won't be a miracle like that. Just wishing for a do-over because things didn't go well or were so terrible they shouldn't have even happened. That's pathetic. Can't take back what's already done. It's not possible and shouldn't be attempted anyway. So I can't just pretend all it didn't happen. There's one thing I can do. Make sure I do everything possible I can to prevent anything like that from happening again. That's enough sleep. I'll worry about my body later. If I can move, I should wake up and hit the ground running. My goal is to make sure no one gets hurt. I need to push myself to the verge of death. Healthy mindset? Alright. I open my eyes. Well, at least it doesn't seem to be the dead of night, so you got some sleep. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted Shiro to get some sleep. Dude needed it after the whole, getting cut a bajillion times. I open my eyes. I take one deep breath. I fill my lungs with air. The frigid winter air dispels my drowsiness almost instantly. I realize it's just past 6 in the morning. Habits really are extraordinary things. My body must have at least partially recovered since I'm waking up at my usual time. Okay, I stand up and fold up my futon. The instant I undertake even such a mundane task, ow! Intense pain spikes through my left shoulder. Owie. Yeah, I'm not healed. It's only pain, though. It's far better than what I felt when Berserker tore out my stomach. When that happened, my insides felt like they were a slush. Like a red slush, like tiger blood slush. Except it was human blood slush. It didn't taste as good. I tried. And the nausea was far more intense than the pain. I head out to the hallway. Sunlight is muted by the gloom outside. Cloudy. Looks like it's gonna rain. We're to the visual novel section where we're talking about the weather. Shiro, have you awoken? No, I'm sleepwalking. Yeah, I just woke up. You're up early. You're usually still asleep now. Yeah, Saber's typically not up very long before breakfast. Shiro, I do not sleep because I want to. I have mentioned this before, but I only sleep until breakfast to conserve my magical energy. I would appreciate you not suggesting that I've been merely sleeping in. Why? I didn't mean it to sound like that. Okay, meant a little bit. I was more asking if it's okay for you to be awake so early. Oh, were you? So you are saying that you find me being up early riser is odd. Saber sounds super crabby. He really needed a couple of extra hours of nap time. Maybe it's my imagination. That feels like a weird way to hold your hand. Just hand on the side, totally normal. The way the finger has been, especially that pinky, having hands on hip with only your pinky fully bent is kind of disturbing. Is your finger broken? Is your pinky broken? Also, where is your thumb? I don't see either of your thumbs. I can understand why I can't see the thumb on what would be her right hand, but I feel I should at least see a crease or something where the one on the right is. It's not an AI hand, but it has me questioning things. Why would you actively draw a pinky like that? Saber doesn't seem quite as reserved as usual. No, I didn't say it was strange. I was just wondering if it was okay. It was my fault you needed to sleep so much, so don't you need to sleep as much as possible today too? Of course, but I'm simply remaining on standby. I am sleeping in anticipation of emergencies, but I do not think it is logical for me to sleep right now. What do you mean it's not logical? We're not fighting anyone right now and nobody's attacking us. What could possibly go wrong? Well, that is... Saber stumbling over her words? It seems like there's something she doesn't want to say. Whatever. There's no emergency, so you should sleep until it's time to go out. We're going to go Shinji hunting. I'll call you up when breakfast is ready. Just save your strength until then. I'm going to need your help all day today. You're also going to need to eat Fujini's portion, because I am still going to make it. Please wait, Shiro. Huh? Do you have something else? What did you just say you were going to do? What did I just say I was going to do? I'm going to need your help all day today. Okay, good. I hold my breath, barely realizing I'm doing it. She asked me something, but her eyes are preventing me from giving an answer. You should be resting. Rin will prepare breakfast. Your priority is recuperating in your room and letting your body heal. If you do not understand this, then I will not hear your answer to my question. Saber! I want to go Shinji hunting. It's my new favorite pastime. I just got a taste of it. Well, Saber's being so stern because she's genuinely concerned about me. Maybe it's because I have all the hearts with her. Yay, hearts! Please return to your room, Shiro. You are the one who should be sleeping, not me. Saber sees right through me and glares at me all the more intensely. But still, I can't let Shinji let loose. No, I'm not going back to my room. I've rested enough. There are things I need to do, and once we're ready, we're going to head out on the town, Saber. We're going to paint the town red. And I mean, paint the town red, I mean we're probably going to spread Ryder's blood everywhere. Although she's also probably going to spread her own blood everywhere, too. It's going to be very red. We're going to catch Shinji today. Why? There's no particular reason we need to capture Ryder's master today. If we have to fight, we should do it after your wounds have healed. It will not be too late. You got it wrong, Saber. If we're setting priorities, my body is at the bottom of the list. Dude, you need to take better care of yourself. Everyone out there, your body does not go at the bottom of the list of things to care about. We don't have the luxury of waiting. You know exactly what Shinji's willing to do. We need to separate him from Ryder before they make another bounded field. He won't be a threat if he doesn't have a servant. So, you are saying you do not want more victims like yesterday. Is that why you're doing this? Not to defeat Ryder's master. Not true. I am going to hold Shinji accountable. And to do that, we need to snap his neck. Okay, that could just be a bonus. First, we need to defeat Ryder. And it's the right thing to do, to prevent more victims. It's the most important reason we have to fight. I see. That is Master's command. I will obey. Wonder what Ren's gonna say about this. Find Shinji. Well, I don't have a problem with that, but you're saying this because you think you have a chance of winning, right? It's after breakfast. That's Tosaka's immediate response when I says I can't let Shinji remain on the run. Well, you're asking about my chances of beating Shinji? That's right, I'll be honest. If you're planning to go up against a master without a hope of winning, I'm just gonna die laughing. Now that she mentions it, I've really only thought about stopping Shinji, hypothetically. Haven't really given much thought on the details. Or any. I've given some thought. I'm hoping that Ryder slicing her own throat open does leave her a little bit weak and not at like 100%. That is my hope. Because like that was a desperate move. Pulling out her Mega Ultra Special Phantasm was, I assume, the last resort. And she didn't use it to attack, she only used it to escape. So, don't know if she thought she could, so... Hopefully we're recovered enough to be able to take him on. It is a gamble, but it's a gamble I think we need to take. Now that we do have a night's sleep. We needed a night's sleep before I would feel comfortable doing it. We got that. Emmy, are you serious? Sorry, laugh all you want. Wow. Sorry, that's really not funny. Well, that reaction makes it clear just how stupid I'm being. I kind of want to curl up in a little ball and hide. Saber, your master is talking nonsense, so what do you think? You have a problem fighting Ryder? I have no qualms about fighting Ryder. I have already assessed her strength. And I believe Shiro has also gauged her abilities. He confronted her directly as well. Oh, really? So Shiro knows how strong she is too? Tosaka looks my way, her eyes super duper curious. Not only do we know how strong she is via the assessment, we know how strong she is via the book thingy. Hey, Ryder. We got all the stats, and she's got a very speedy Noble Phantasm. What are the details on that Noble Phantasm? Okay, we don't know her Mega Speed Power thing. That's her Noble Phantasm. The dissolved humans that get trapped inside. The dissolved humans become red blood absorbed by the bounded fields. Its original use is to absorb magic energy. Do we have her other skills? Still don't know her profile. I'm sticking with my 3 guesses. Number 1, Helen of Troy. 2, I think Medusa has to go up to 2, just because the eye blinder thing, and the fact that we saw an eye when she did her special. 3, Bloody Mary, because, you know, blood. She obviously wants to know how strong Ryder is. True, I do have something of an assessment. Maybe it's because I formed a contract with a servant, or maybe it's the power of the command spells. Also, the power of book! Oh, she may not be my servant, but I have some understanding of her ability since I saw her fight. Ryder wasn't especially strong. Ryder isn't as strong as Saber, but if they do fight one-on-one, I don't see Saber losing. I see, so you do have a chance of winning. Shinji's not a mage, so Ryder can't get support from her master. It'll come down to a duel between Saber and Ryder. Sokka's right. As long as Shinji's a master, Ryder has to fight on her own. Saber shouldn't be at a disadvantage, but... Why the long face? There a problem? Yeah. Listen, Tosaka, even though Saber had Ryder cornered, and Saber is way super special awesome at combat, Ryder did manage to escape with Shinji via, you know... I think it was Ryder's Noble Phantasm, which isn't in the book, even though I did see her do it. I guess it's like more... I guess it's much more complicated than she uses a bunch of blood to become super speedy. The arrow of light that tore through the hallway. If Saber hadn't shoved me to the ground, that wave of destruction would have annihilated me. Okay, so it was also partially offensive against me. That was Ryder's ace in the hole. Shouldn't take her lightly, even if she is weaker and super pathetic and not as cool as Saber. So that means Ryder is one of those types whose Noble Phantasm is more powerful than the servant itself. So Saber, Shiro aside, you must have been able to tell what Ryder's Noble Phantasm was, right? You should have some idea since it was deployed right in front of you. I must apologize. I'm so intent on protecting Shiro, I was not able to determine what it was. Had I taken the time to do so, Shiro and I could have been caught up in it. Caught up in it? Ryder's Noble Phantasm is a projectile? It's the power of gun! Certainly seems similar to one. It can likely be classified as something close to your magecrafts. That was not an anti-personnel Noble Phantasm, like my sword or lancer spear. It's close to my magecraft? Wait, that doesn't sound right. My stuff is super cool with super mage gems and stuff. Shinji can't even afford gems. He sucks. Your magic resistance is god tier. Modern magecraft doesn't hurt you. If there was a magecraft you actually needed to avoid, then that would be... Yes. Mystics would have to be nullified even with even stronger mystics. So, Ryder is a mystic? The only type of mystics that can penetrate my armor would be what you call true magic, or phantasmals from the divine realm. I think we might have to take Helen of Troy off the list. So, like, straight up, like, if I'm understanding this right, this Ryder is, like, a myth? Or divine, some sort of goddess? Could it be Ares? Not impossible, I guess? True magician, are you saying that Ryder is a mage? No, I did not feel that much magical energy from her. She is Ryder. If there is a true magician around, it could only be a caster. Ryder's Noble Phantasm is something different. Saber's answer got a sigh of relief from Tosaka. I don't get what's going on. Super cute. Of course it's amazing. All servants are heroic spirits, not just Saber. No! Are we back? We are back. Good. Router is still up. I did have my router go down last night at some point after the stream, thankfully, so it's just like, that's not impossible to happen. The servants themselves are mystics. Only fellow servants, since they're also heroic spirits, can physically harm other servants. On the flip side, so long as we're dealing with a servant, they could wound Saber even if they grab something like a paper cutter. Wound Saber even if they grab like a paper cutter. So you're saying is that Saber's armor isn't invulnerable when she's dealing with another servant. Yeah, but Saber's skilled at close combat, so there's no way she'd get wounded in hand-to-hand combat. The only other method would be to attack her form at a long distance, like with Magecraft Projectile, but Saber has, despite being a knight, remarkable magic resistance. Curses, the epitome of bad luck, can't touch her, while more direct intervention like firing magical energy at her like arrows also won't work. So even Gaybolg can't touch her, like relying on the magic alone? Like, does that mean Gaybolg has to use both its magic and Lancer's skill? He can't just like point it at the ground and hit her? He actually has to try to hit her and use the magic at the same time? I feel like that's how I'm interpreting that. If someone wants to defeat Saber, they have to fight her head on and beat her that way. Saber listens silently to Tosaka's explanation. Saber never interrupts, probably because everything Tosaka says is true. What the heck? You're a cheater! Are you hack sourcing? Up, up, down, down! Someone would try to go up against Saber with Magecraft because they can't beat her in single combat, but Magecraft is useless against her. What can they do? We're going to win this, guaranteed! I feel bad. Are we cheating? That may be true, but it doesn't mean Saber's unbeatable. Berserk is much stronger, and even Lancer has his spear which can be fatal. And we were just talking about... Frickin' Saber having the annoyed nerve pulse while this is going down, especially with the somber music in the background, is so good. So we're not saying Saber is perfect, and Saber is so mad that Rin doesn't think she's perfect. Even we have ways to defeat Saber. We just need to use Magecraft that exceeds Saber's magic resistance, or borrow a weapon wielded by a servant to cut her head off while she's sleeping. Servant weapons are spiritual too, so they would be able to hurt her. Huh. That's kind of terrifying. I don't want to think about that, but I get it. Wait, hold on, Tosaka. We probably shouldn't be talking about things like this in front of Saber. She's looking super grumpy. Although that is really cute. I see. So it's not that Ryder's Noble Phantasm was exceptional. Saber just went on the defensive because it was a servant that was attacking. You got it wrong. If Saber was focused on defending, Ryder wouldn't have been able to finish her off. If Ryder isn't a particularly exceptional heroic spirit, it wouldn't amount to much, even with her Noble Phantasm in the mix. Okay. Do you agree, Saber? Do you think her Noble Phantasm is unrelated to her abilities? Most likely, yes. I believe it was an autonomous weapon that does not rely on Ryder's skill, and that it has an effect of the Noble Phantasm itself. Okay, now I'm confused. It is either Magecraft or Phantasmal. Whatever it is, the intensity of the magic circle was overwhelming. I do not think many servants could survive a direct attack. Really? By how much quantifiably? If I were to describe it in your terms, I would rank it as perhaps A+. This is a matter of opinion, though, so I am not certain. We have the book! We saw that it's like an S or something. A+, that's only one step below true magic. Can't believe it didn't just blow up the entire school of bets. It must not be purely destructive. It may have originally served a different purpose. Maybe, but this is a problem. According to Saber, it's beyond A rank. And in terms of raw power, that attack might be one of the strongest out of all the servants. Yes, it did seem like it was a noble phantasm that excels in both offense and defense. However, my noble phantasm is more... Saber's face is indecipherable. You want to tell us your noble phantasm, Saber? I don't know what just happened. Saber doesn't look amused. Saber, did Tosaka say something that worries you? I love that we're getting all of, like, the more... We're getting so many goofy Saber faces now. It's like... I assume we'd get them even if we didn't have, like, as many hearts as we have, but I like to believe it's just, like, because she likes us, she's now willing to be more goofy around us. Oh, no, it's nothing. I do believe it is inappropriate for a knight to ask another for their opinion on who is stronger. She's acting strange. Saber seems kind of embarrassed by her own actions. Starts to mutter under her breath. Well, whatever. By the way, I thought I heard you say something weird. Something about Saber and Lancer being anti-personnel? Are they mines? You mean an anti-personnel noble phantasm? Well, it is what the word suggests. My invisible air and Lancer's Gabolg are arguments that strictly used to defeat people. No matter how powerful the magical energy or curse it may possess, it cannot be used against something else. So we can't use your sword to chop wood, or cut an apple. Dang it! Oh. I was hoping it could be like the Falchion, and maybe a sibling could be able to use it to cut some apples or something. Oh well. Well, I guess that makes sense. Saber's invisible sword is pretty useful in battle. But that's only effective against people. If you chopped firewood with Saber's sword, whether you see the blade or not isn't really going to affect how quickly you can chop the wood. It's the same with Lancer's Gabolg. If you tried to chop wood with a spear, I feel like that'd be a really dumb decision. But yeah, that's how it works. Even a cursed spear that always strikes the harp is just a spear if you use it against a boulder or a house. I see, so that's why it's called anti-personnel, which means Ryder's noble phantasm is a nuke. It would be anti-army. Actually, I heard from Father about this one. Certain noble phantasms are designated anti-personnel and others as anti-army. The simple way to understand, anti-personnel is like a gun with unlimited ammo, but anti-army is like a missile you can only launch once. Thank you, that is a good analogy. At least to help me understand stuff. Ryder's noble phantasm may be powerful, but it probably has limited use. At the very least, it doesn't generate a continuous effect like Saber's sword. What? Hold on a minute. A gun versus a missile? There's no contest. Sure, Saber's invisible sword is a pretty cool gun, but if she goes against a missile, she'll be dead before she can even swing her gun sword. Can we get a gun sword for Saber? Preferably of the Final Fantasy XIII variety. We will make you into the new Lightning. So you're saying as if we're going to fight Ryder, we need to defeat her before she deploys her noble phantasm. Thankfully, it seemed like she needs to charge that thing up for... Well, I don't know how much time passed in that moment. Because I was reading it, it felt like it was like a minute as she charged that thing up, but it was probably like maybe a second or two in reality. Maybe? Oh. Most likely, you've got no chance if it becomes a battle of noble phantasm. If you're going to find Ryder and Shinji, keep that in mind. The biggest requirement is you defeat Ryder before she does her noble phantasm. Thank you for telling me what I need to do to avoid a game over. Got it. I think you've pushed that idea enough. Or you can defeat Ryder's master while I battle Ryder. He is not able to fight, so that might actually be the better plan. Snap Shinji's neck. I was gonna do that anyway. That's what we came up with. Since we have no strategy to deal with the noble phantasm, we just have to hope she doesn't do it. Yay! Whatever noble phantasm other servants might have, we still don't want to have to deal with Riders. Thanks for the warning, Tosaka. We're going to find Shinji. What do you want to do, Tosaka? Will you stay and watch the house? Well, if you insist, we could have come with you to look for Shinji, but I'll pass. Ryder isn't the only enemy. We can't forget that we teamed up to beat Berserker. So while you're out pursuing Shinji, I have something else to do. Tosaka stands up with a frosty smile. See you. I look forward to hearing some good news. I hope we hear good news. Hope we don't die. Hope we don't make a little girl angry because I didn't go to lunch with her yesterday. Instead, I chose to try to get caught up in a magic bomb. Oh, well. We're gonna get Amelia bad end, aren't we? Wait a minute, we'll see. Saber and I head out together, leaving Tosaka at home. 7:30 in the morning. Let's face it, if I'm getting a bad ending and it is relationship-based, it's Rin. I don't think I have a single Rin point. Which is real bad, probably. The hilly road is super quiet. The road is usually packed with students going to school. But there aren't that many people around today. I heard the school will be closed for a while. Turns out a magic missile hitting it does more than a few D4 damage. There may not have been any deaths, but a majority of the students are still bedbound. The symptoms are like severe malnutrition. It should be a few days before they're up and around. Can we figure out what's going on with Fujini and Sakura, please? I really want to know how they're doing in particular. But those are the lucky ones. There's still those whose injuries will last a lifetime. I hear Taiga was among those sent to the hospital. Yes! I hear Fujini was just fatigued, and I was told not to worry about her and just stay at home. No, we need to visit Taiga. We love Taiga. Before we left, I phoned Fujimura's house and asked how Fujini was doing. I want to go visit, but I need to hold off for now. So, you're going to concentrate on investigating. That is fine. Do you have any leads? I can sense the presence of serpents, but only when they are nearby. Unless you have a lead of some kind, it will be difficult to locate them. Yeah, it'll be hard if It'll be hard if Shinji was just sitting around doing nothing, but I know him. And I don't see him just keeping quiet after what happened. He's not the type to sit back and just take a beating. He's probably out giving Sakura a beating if she's not in a hospital, or not dead. They believe Rider's Master plans to create another bounded field. No doubt about it. He's like me. He can't provide his servant with magic energy, and if Shinji wants to get revenge, he's gonna need a lot more magic energy. It means it might not be hard to find him. So rather than looking for Rider's Master, we are going to look for a bounded field. Yeah. Might not be able to detect the Master, but we should be able to detect a bounded field of that scale. And we'll be able to pinpoint the site too. We just need to find a big building that draws a large crowd. This is a surprise. That is brilliant, Shiro. I have a brain, you know! Oh, I didn't even read that. That was me saying that. If I wasn't confident about finding them, I wouldn't even be saying this. Yeah, I'm confident. I feel a little bit cocky. The bounded field is one thing. There's a point to us walking around like this, too. Shinji probably can't leave me alone any more than I can leave him alone. I head to Shinji's house just in case. I have Saber check for Ryder's presence and she finds nothing. Well, Shinji's not the sort to roll over and hide. Let's go. Shinji's going to create a bounded field. It wouldn't be here. It'll be in Shinto. Let's check. Can we knock and see if Sakura's here? I just want to know how Sakura's doing. I hope she's okay. Big building. I wonder if that has anything to do with what the name of the day is. No idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. I call Saber over and turn to leave the Matao house. Shiro, this is Sakura's house. Thank you! Since you are here, do you not at least intend to say hello? I believe we have time for that. I am worried about Sakura. According to Tosaka, Sakura was just weakened and luckily wasn't injured. Thank you! If it were up to me, I'd like to see her and take care of her the way she's always taken care of me, but I won't do it. As long as the war's going on, I shouldn't see her. I don't want to get her involved in any of this. And then after, I'm going to make her all the rice, all the soup, all the toast. I'm going to make her everything. I'll make her all the tangerines. I'll do it for you, Sakura. Besides, I can't possibly face Sakura when I'm about to go choke his little choke her brother out. And I do plan to choke her brother out. Should the worst happen, and I actually kill Shinji, fingers crossed, everyone, I'll never be able to face her again. No, we can face her. I shouldn't leave any loose ends like that. Best for me, and I'm sure it's best for Sakura, too. We check every building we find. Of course, we start with the big ones, but so far nothing. I wipe the sweat from my brow and force my leaden limbs to keep moving. Try to calm my labored breathing by just taking a moment to take a nap. Ah, Shiro, is there something the matter? Uh-oh. Shiro, this way. Hold it, that's the park. There's still a buildings we haven't looked at. Please, let that matter wait. This is more important. Something must have caught her attention. Something must have caught her attention. Saber's tone is stern, and she pulls me towards the park. Is Saber going to kill Ilya? There are worse things that could happen. Hey, Saber, what's going on? Oh, why are we here? Oh, there's nothing here. Even you know that. Please, just sit on the bench. I will hear what you have to say once you have done so. Huh? Saber's kind of intense about this, so I reluctantly sit down. And then... Ah, crud. For a moment, I almost feel faint. Ah! I hold my head with one hand. Oh, my forehead is damp with sweat and my breathing is labored, even though I'm sitting down. Wait a minute. Why am I sweating like this in the dead of winter? Oh, I'm sick. This is weird. I don't even know why I'm exhausted. And as soon as I say that, I realize what's going on. I'm not exhausted. My wounds haven't completely healed, so they're tingling. Urgh! This is unreal. No matter how much I try, I can't get my breathing under control. Body feels heavy. My legs refuse to take my weight. I see you finally realize your condition, Shiro. Saber's a little bit ticked off. Don't blame her. I was the one who suggested looking for Shinji, but here I am, just sitting on the bench. Poisoning pigeons in the park. Sorry, I'll get up soon. Just one moment, just a little bit of nap. Just need a little bit of hydration. Need a little bit of stretching. Then we're good to go. Everything's gonna be great. Nothing could possibly go wrong. That is not what I'm trying to point out. Nothing seems to get through to you. Huh? I can see that Saber's mad, but I don't get why. Saber, you kind of need to be clearer. I'm a bit of a dummy. I don't know if you've realized that about me. I do have a brain, but I am still a big old Dumbo. Or else I won't know what you're trying to get at. If you do not know, there is no point telling you. Please, just sit here, Shiro. If you will not rest on your own, then I shall join you. Wait, what? Saber sits right next to me. Ah! The bench is not that big. Saber is sitting close to me that our shoulders might touch if one of us just leans over just a little bit. What kind of bench isn't thin enough for two teenagers? What? That's a bad bench. Bad bench design. Hey, Saber! We don't have time to rest. We didn't come here to play around. So close. We are indeed not here to simply loiter. Even in battle, you must rest. If you have a grievance, I suggest you air it after you have caught your breath. Well, you can tell me to catch my breath, but you can tell me anything you want. But, well, sure, I'm totally worn out, and I can, not breathe. But having her so close to me is making my heart go absolutely crazy, and... Shiro, are you listening to me? You have been pushing yourself this whole time. What you must do now is try to loosen up and calm down. You cannot rest properly if you continue on, distracted as you are. Yeah, but... Wants me to be calm and really help if she kept her distance. She makes me feel pitter-pattery in there. I don't know how Saber feels. I can't help but see her as a girl around my own age. Well, she may actually be younger, but she's still a girl! And plus, she's beyond beautiful. Aww. No guy could ever stay calm this close to her, and I'm certainly no exception. Shiro, is it my imagination? Are you even paler than before? No. Blood is not rushing to other places. Blood is in my head and face and brain. Just in my brain. I'm not frustrated or anything. No. Yep. If you say so. Is frustrated a word? No, maybe it's a Japanese word. But perhaps you should lie down. Is there a place to lie down around here? Saber looks around. Are we about to lap pillow? Game? What are we doing? What are we about to do? I plan on going out and snapping a dude's neck, and I wasn't expecting this scene in the middle of I'm going to go snap Shinji's neck. I'm having emotional whiplash right now. What are the odds of there just being some random dude lying across a nearby bench using his girlfriend's lap as a pillow in a park that's usually deserted? And Saber glances at the pair of lovebirds. She's obviously thinking, Shiro, if you do not feel well, then you should lie. I'm fine, just need to sit up for a bit. I'll be fine, I will get better. Don't you worry about me. Nope, we're not doing one of those scenes right now. We're not going to have a hentai scene in the park. What is hentai? Leave me alone! I turn away from Saber and close my eyes. Anything to keep our eyes from locking. I'm trying to go on a murder spree. I'm trying to go on a rampage. Rampage. Think calming thoughts, Shiro. Think about putting your hands around Shinji's neck. Just keep imagining that and wait. Nope, blood is still rushing other places. Now I have to keep taking deep breaths. Try not to think about Saber being right next to me. Did I just pass out? It took a night for the fire to die down. Searing, roaring red wall eventually disappeared. All that remains was a charred field, strewn with smoldering blackened lumber. I remember that while I lay on the ground, the sound of it reminded me of sparklers. The sky was getting cloudy. Oh boy. It would rain soon. That would help put out the fires. I could hardly even breathe as I lay there. Charred remains hemmed me on all sides. Burns cover my entire body, and there's an especially painful sensation around my chest. My chest is gouged out. I could probably touch my own. Are we counting this as a disembowelment? I didn't realize that this was also a disembowelment back in the day. I think I have to count it. I don't think I have a choice. Alright. Let's raise the disembowelment count. Past childhood disembowelments also count. Nope. Come, bro. This is an important conversation. I'm glad we're having it. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I didn't collapse because I got tired. Not that my numb body was ever trying to do me a favor by letting me rest. I collapsed because I was much too hurt to keep moving at all. So I ended up just accepting it. Calm. No panic. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Everyone else was already dead anyway, so I wasn't scared. Staring up at the cloudy sky, I just felt myself, just sort of fading away. Yet, in the haze of consciousness, I sighted that long as I was alive. I tried calling for help right until the end. Yay, we didn't die. Wait, something's off. I shouldn't remember a pain in my chest. I jerked myself upright and tugged my shirt open and checked myself over. Saber, how does my chest look? My bare, muscly chest. Does it look disemboweled or not? Oh, yeah, I figured as much. There's no wound. There's no scar on my chest. Respiratory distress, that burn caused almost did me in. I didn't take such a massive chest wound. Okay, do we count it? I'm sticking with it. Even if it was like a disemboweling in his head, like he still felt like he saw his own organs. We're counting it as disemboweling. You hate it when the hotties rip my guts out. It happens way too often. Again, there is a legitimate reason I have a disembowelment count on this playthrough. That is a legitimate 5. Hello, you just want to stop in? Hey, I don't want anyone to sit here and watch me play this if you're planning on playing this yourself and you don't want to get spoiled. If you don't mind like seeing story points and listening to my silly voices along the way, enjoy it. But hey, get the heck out of here, Astro. Thank you for stopping in. Shout outs to you. Shout outs all around. And if you want to listen to voice acting you might be able to listen to, tune in on Thursday when I stream with my buddy The Worst Heroes over on his channel. We are doing a Phoenix Wright playthrough that is back from hiatus. We are on Trials and Tribulations. And also, shout out to Rivers Eagle, awesome VTuber who plays all sorts of cool games like Phoenix Wright, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh yeah, heck yeah, you watch that. But if you're not following The Worst Heroes, like The Worst Heroes is one of like my favorite people I watch on Twitch. So like I would recommend you watch that. And Thursday nights, late night, for our time, we've been doing the Phoenix Wright playthrough. He's got it on his YouTube, some of the episodes so far. It's legitimately like maybe my favorite playthrough I've ever done of anything. I've already played all the Phoenix Wright games, so I just have to sit back and just make jokes and tease Worst as he tries to put together the crazy Phoenix Wright logic. Oh, it's so much fun. You played all the Phoenix Wrights. The Phoenix Wright series is so good. I love the series. I'm so glad that frickin' Miles Edgeworth Investigations is finally getting the second game in English release. I can't wait to play that for myself. Oh no, Heroes is your internet husband. You know him. Heck yeah. The Worst Heroes is awesome. It's so good. Again, like he's got all the highlight saves. Just like I never would push upon like, hey, we've got like 50 hours of a playthrough that's set up. I legitimately think it's hilarious and super fun. It's like the only time I will ever recommend, hey, watch a past VOD that involves me. I legitimately think the Phoenix Wright series is fantastic and amazing and wonderful. You're playing through Phoenix Wright for the first time as an adult, as someone with legal education. Each Ranger said, "Oh, that's so wonderful." I have spent time looking up like a lawyer reviews like the first case of Phoenix Wright. Like I've seen that multiple times on different channels, including like Legal Eagle. Oh, I love the Phoenix Wright series. I love the logic of it. I love visual novels. I mean, I'm freaking playing Fate Stay Night. I love myself a visual novel. Do you know Mr. Carrots? I've seen Mr. Carrots in people's chats. I did not know Mr. Carrots was a streamer. He does voiceovers. I will have to, next time I see Mr. Carrots, I will have to remember to look at his channel and see what games he plays, and I would probably give him a follow, especially if he does like visual novels and stuff, because I do enjoy like visual novels and voice acting. So much fun. You love his streams. All right, I next time I see Mr. Carrots in someone's chat, I will definitely remember to give his channel a look. Play when you were younger, so you didn't question anything, but as an adult, you rant at least once a stream about the kind of BS Phoenix Wright pulls. I'm trying to remember, like, you're on Justice for All right now, right? Have you done 2-3? Like, 2-3 is the case that tends to fully break people in the best and worst ways when it comes to Phoenix Wright. He's doing Yu-Gi-Oh! The other day. I do love a Yu-Gi-Oh! Playthrough. Yu-Gi-Oh! Playthroughs are so good. Like, I love, like, the Legacy of the Duelist or whatever those are, because they actually have, like, versions of the in-anime decks, and just, like, be able to pretend you're the duelist and be like, I summon my Insect Queen in defense mode. But you'll never defeat my cocoon before it hatches the Great Moth. and all sorts of silly stuff like that. You're about to start. Oh, you're about to start the big top case. Oh, yes. Oh, I need to hang out when you're doing those. The big top cases. Wow. For Phoenix Wright. It is a beautiful thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! What is that? No, dude, he was dubbing the anime like straight up. Oh, that's ooh, that's super cool. I wish I was good. I wish I was a good enough voice actor to do that. I've only got a handful of voices. I don't know how to do like a normal guy voice that can be that could be like an everyday voice in like an anime or an animation of some sort. It's like the way I'm doing Shiro right now, especially now that he's a little bit more confident, is probably the closest I've ever come to it. Otherwise, my voices are a little just kind of crazy. Of course, I've got Discount Solid Snake that I'm doing. It's actually my voice for Godot in the Trials and Tribulations series. Join your Discord. You got a heads up? Heck yeah. I guess I should join more Discords. I don't know Discord. Or maybe I should make my own Discord. I don't know. I don't know any of the Discord stuff. I'm like in Discords with like people who are just like, hey, I need to occasionally message you, or I've needed to talk to you at something, and joined the Discord and just never left. That's my Discord ideals. To be honest, he didn't do that many voice. He just shot the S and funny came out. His voice. Oh, that's so good. I appreciate that you found my voice is funny. Yay. I should probably go back to figuring out whether I actually did get disemboweled years ago or not. Or if that's... Is it a premonition? Should I count it as a disembowelment if it's like a premise of the future? So many questions. Like, these are the questions you have to ask when you have to have a disembowelment counter. Very important questions. Yeah, we'll figure out what the counter needs to be at. Okay, get the heck out of here, Astro. You take care. My experience with you on Discord is just you DMing and saying, hey, you want to write stuff? It's just like, yeah, that's how our interactions usually go. Take care, Astro. You have fun. If you're streaming later today, I'll try to stop in. You have yourself an awesome day. Enjoy Outer Wilds and everything else that you're playing. Astro is also doing a modded Persona 5 playthrough with not the female protagonist, with I think with like the gay protagonist mod in there, with like the male options or romance choice. Persona mod is like a world I'd love to potentially get into, but then I'd have to start to figure out how to mod stuff, and I'd have to have a computer that runs better than a potato. But yeah, during the whole Aunt Morgan case, you ranted so hard because Francesca's entire argument that Maya was possessed would give the defense a preference to argument to defend herself. Sadly, in that world, that isn't a defense in that courtroom. It's just like, hey, it's your body. You go to jail for it. A perfect, yeah. That's how she was arguing it, and that's how the judge seemed to be ruling it. So it's just like, oh, crud. I've got to argue this. Oh, well. Because, like, you can't arrest a dead person, so you have to arrest... Do you arrest a medium for summoning a murderer? It's kind of their fault to a degree. So they didn't get into the moral quandaries of that, sadly. I guess we're taking the ad break right now. So just sit back, enjoy the ads. I'm going to hydrate for a minute. Do I need to shout out anyone else? I don't think I need to shout out anyone else. I was planning on using the ad break to do shout outs, but I already did them already, so oh well. If you follow Rivers, follow Astro. They're cool people. I like those people. Literally the moment she's like, oh, she was possessed and wasn't in control of her actions. Oh, so she lacks the means required to find someone guilty of a crime. Not guilty. It's her own fault. You summon a spirit to possess them. You are then responsible for everything that happens with your body. That's just how it works. Sorry, Maya. You have to go to jail. Again. But that's also like just a rule of Phoenix Wright. Is Maya even loosely related to any sort of murder? Then yes, Maya has to go to jail. That's just the rules of Phoenix Wright. Back to the voices. Why is it nighttime? Did I pass out in Saber's lap? If it is, do we get an image of it? Probably not. If something like that happened, even Karitsugu wouldn't have been able to help me. But more importantly... Whoa! It's already night! Did I fall asleep, Saber? Yes, you slept deeply, so I did not wish to wake you. You were cute. It seems to have helped, though. You have regained some of your color. Oh, that's not very nice. Sure, I might have been my fault for passing out, but you could have woken me up. I want to go on Rampage. I want to choke out Shinji. Let me choke out Shinji. Literally, the two requirements to find someone guilty is the means and the actions. You need to prove they actually committed the act that they intended to do, or had such a gross negligence that they should have known better. And you're also in the middle of a field. Hey, we're on a park bench. And park benches are perfect for passing out due to your body being such intense pain you can't control it. Especially if you're falling on a girl's lap. Oh. I told you we don't have time to rest up. But you must rest. And you did so only for about an hour. So it should not be a problem. We've been out all day? Okay, I guess we have been out all day exploring, and that's what caused me to pass out. Okay, I'll buy that. I can buy that. Being possessed by a spirit that is controlling your body to the point where your soul isn't in your body anymore means you lack the means to... If you were possessed against your will, definitely. However, if you are the one who was like, I choose to summon this person, I choose to put them in my body in the same room as someone who has a giant grudge against them, especially if there are loaded weapons in that room, then I could see the legal argument. I would not argue that, but I'm saying there is a legal argument. You told you it wasn't the shortest day. Yes, this has been quite the short day. Well, that's just the benefit of hindsight. What would you have done if I hadn't woken up? Well, I do not believe our situation would have changed much. Actually, I had been about to wake you up since the sun is setting and it is growing cold. I do admit, I feel a lot better. It's like, I would potentially argue, if I was being very mean, that Maya should be charged with reckless endangerment via possession. But I think, under the circumstances, I think that would probably be the worst that I could charge her with and reasonably get her in jail for. I get up from the bench and start walking through the field. There's no trace of what the field once looked like. No trace of when it used to be a residential district, or any traces of when it was cast in that hellish red light. But for some reason, I'm irritated. I dreamed that scene just because I slept here. Shiro, is something wrong? Oh, I was just thinking that I was going to rest. It shouldn't have been something else. I have too many bad memories here. Bad memories? Do you have some link to this place? Huh? Oh, right! I never told you! I used to live around here a long time ago. 10 years ago, actually. There was a giant fire. It burned down my house with my parents inside. The parents who, Shiro literally never mentions. It got to the point where it's like, I literally couldn't remember if Shiro had parents and they died in the fire, or if he was an orphan the entire time. That's when my old man saved me. Later, he adopted me. What? So that means you're a dirty orphan? Yeah, I'm not Kiritsuku's biological child. And I guess I'm not without ties to the Holy Grail War either. I heard this place was the final battleground during the last war. Kind of ironic to think that the survivor of this site turned into a master. What do you know? I walk through the field. It's been 10 years, but it still feels like the ground hasn't recovered enough for the grass to even grow. Maybe all the resentment of the people who died here seeped into the land itself. Shiro, is that why you are so adamant about not allowing innocents to be harmed? As the victim of a Holy Grail War yourself, you are hoping to avoid creating other such victims. Well, I guess now that she mentions it, I guess I can see people coming to that conclusion. I want the only disembowelments on the disembowelment counter to be my own. I already have one that belongs to Tosaka, so that's one too many. Surprisingly, I've never really thought about like that. Not sure. You have a good point, but I think it's something simpler than that. 10 years ago, I was so happy when Kiritsuku saved me. It didn't feel... I didn't feel anything else at the time, and I think I just aspired to be like him one day, too. Yeah, I was happy. Kurtz can't even begin to describe what I felt when I called out to him and actually got it. But at the same time, the happier I was, the more guilty I felt. It didn't feel right, though, knowing my wish was the only one to be granted. My old man saved me, but no one else was saved. They couldn't do anything about it. Everyone wished for salvation, but only my wish was granted. Only I was saved. And in exchange, everyone else died. That's why I have to take responsibility. But I can't take back something that's already happened. If I want to do something for the people who died, I should focus on preventing what's to become. I will not allow another catastrophe like the one 10 years ago. If something like that were ever to happen again, I would never be able to face the people who got sacrificed that time. At least, that's how I see it. More importantly, we need to get back to looking for Shinji. I got a neck to snap. I feel better now. We need to hurry up and check the buildings we haven't gotten to. Besides, there should be fewer people around at night. If Shinji were to attack us, then this will be the time. Or if our plan is to bait and lure him out, time to get to it. Let's go, Saber. Let's get back to the office district. ... Saber, what's wrong? Did you forget something? No, I was just recalling what happened this morning. I suggested you focus on healing your wounds before going out to look for Ryder's master, but you told me our priorities were mixed up. Huh? You mentioned the same thing yesterday, and I have believed this for some time, but now I am certain. You do not value your own life. It's like she just stares at me and lays it out like it's a sin or something. Kinda is a sin, my dude. You put others ahead of yourself. Admirable though that may be, you will regret doing so. It's like Shiro does really at times come across as self-sacrificing and to the degree of being, I don't want to quite say suicidal, but it's borderline case at best. You should value yourself more, Shiro. Thank you for having this conversation. I legitimately am really glad we're addressing this. Saber cuts past me. Like, I thought, like, the way they kind of worded it, I didn't think we were going to go full on into straight up talking about that. Bro wiped up his own blood so no one else would have to. That's what he does. Ugh. I normally, like, the phrase suicide by cop is a thing. This feels like suicide by servant. That's what it feels like Shiro is doing. I can't believe we're getting into, like, this kind of topic, but yeah, that's legit, like, what the game feels like it's presenting, and that's how kind of I felt Shiro has been acting. I just didn't want to, like, word it like that, because, like, personally, I don't feel like I'm well enough equipped to handle such a heavy topic. It's like that. I shouldn't ignore it. Like, that's what I think is happening before me. I think he is trying to help people, but straight up, he's ignored so much logic. Either he is a straight up idiot, so ignorant to the world around him that he's just the biggest idiot in the world. But I don't think he's the biggest idiot in the world. I do feel like through, like, all the trauma in his past, Shiro has been trying to suicide by servant. I don't know if, like, that's how deep we're getting, if we're going to delve that deep into this conversation, but, like, it's something I wanted to address and felt like I needed to talk about at this point, because, like, it's if it's not out there, it feels like it's borderline out there, and just it's not a topic you should ignore if it is kind of staring you in the face. Let's go. Being here is clearly not good for you. Saber heads towards the office district. I try to call out to her, but I can't stop her. What? Are you saying that's what I want to ask her, but the words just won't come out? There's no way I'm not trying to help myself. That can't be true, but I somehow can't think of a single thing to argue with her. We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8. The station is at the most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town. We have checked most of the main buildings in this area. Is there anywhere else we can go? Let's see. Well, if there's a factory a little further out from here, we should probably go check it out since people are gathering there. Well, not that the factories are exactly Shinji's style. You make conversation now, but kind of called me on my BS, so it's kind of hard for me to look Saber in the eye. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't help it happen, but that just bothers me even more. What about you, Saber? Can you sense Ryder's presence? No, I cannot. I fought her once, so I should be able to sense her. Ah, crud. An odd feeling prickles my skin. Even I can feel the wave of magic energy that washes over us. No way Saber can't. Jiro, I do not believe I need to tell you, but I know. Are they close, Saber? No, not close enough. But we most definitely are being watched. This wave of magic energy is like an attempt to provoke us. If we're being watched, it means they've fallen into our trap. Releasing so much magical energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out. So, is it Ryder? My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between me and Saber just disappears. I will track the source of the magical energy. Please be careful, Master. I nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office building, the office district, as it slowly empties. Doing this now? I think we're doing this now. Day of all days. Maybe there'll be nobody working overtime. Most of the lights in the windows of the building seem to be at the heart of Shinto after dark. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the building. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji's anywhere, he'll be up ahead. Maybe in the park we just left. I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemies nearby are more like, we got CRT fuzz going on. Chill runs up my spine. Oh, even if I could feel the aura of the bloodlust, then we're probably already in enemy territory. Saber, careful. Something's not right. You are correct. I do not believe they would attack us with so many others present, but it is difficult to be certain with this foe. It is best to be cautious. Oh boy. Both nod in silent agreement, and we make our way to the park. Probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being pressed against my throat. Shinji and Ryder are nowhere around the office district. If they're going to attack, probably going to be somewhere in the park where there won't be anyone else around. Shiro. Saber! I turn towards Saber. She rushes towards me like a bolt of lightning. Ah! And blocks a blow aimed straight at my head. Cheater! I look up. A massive building towers overhead. Clinging to the side of the building like some kind of spider is Ryder. Could go literal. Who is Ryder? We are still trying to solve the mystery of Ryder. Because, like, I saw this anime a decade ago. I remember, like, maybe 5% of it. Ryder's identity is not one of the things I remember. So I am trying to decipher who these servants are, who their secret identity is. Is the spider thing a hint? Could she be like a Black Widow sort of person? Who's like a famous sort of Black Widow, famous for like maybe killing husbands? Or maybe I'm just stretching. Probably just stretching. Oh, Lizzie Borden killed her parents, not Black Widow. H.H. Holmes? Well, H.H. Holmes? Probably not, but not impossible. Not in the top three. Top three sticking with Bloody Mary, Helen of Troy, and Medusa. Round 2. Fight. Okay, clearly this image shows 2 daggers. But the frickin' unnamed dagger only shows 1. So it's like, I thought it was 1 dagger or 2 daggers attached by a chain, but is it just like 2 daggers, each with like just ridiculously long chains? Is this weapon lying to me? Ah! Game! Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body. Her limbs supple and white. The masked woman is indeed our enemy. Ryder! She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building, taking aim at my head in a sneak attack. Saber lands on the ground. The time it took for her to rush in to block Ryder's attack. Saber summoned her armor, and probably destroyed all the fancy, nice clothes that Tosaka gave her. Oh. Saber, she's... I will go after her. Please stay here, Shiro. Go after her? Hell! Saber kicks off from the ground. She disappears in the sky with a glint of silver. Okay, I guess she just has, like, super... She has moon boots? What? Ryder clings to the side of the building like that is certain enough, but Saber leaping into the skyward in pursuit of her is just outright ridiculous. We're just in anime now. Fantastic. No, they're servants. Normal logic doesn't apply. Like Ryder, Saber moves along the side of the building, striking at her with dizzying speed. The 2 shadows clash and cross against each other. Sight of the 2 of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb in the air, like watching 2 fighter jets. All the while I guess we're in another boss fight. My goal is to find Shinji. What is the best way to find Shinji? Is it following Saber or waiting here? If I wait here, is Shinji going to be stupid enough to try and attack me and try to catch me off guard? Saber also told me to stay here. Both trusting Saber's judgment and my hypothesis that Shinji will be stupid enough to try and attack me. I'm going to wait. It's frustrating, but I should stay here. I run up to the side of the building, and even if I were to go after Saber, I wouldn't be able to help her much anyway. Again, she just did a super jump with moon boots. I do not have moon boots, sadly. Also, we just had the conversation about, like, maybe we're going to try not to have a death wish as much. Saber! No human should get involved in a battle between servants. All I can do is believe in Saber and wait for her. The next 60 seconds pass with agonizing slowness. After a few moments, I see sparks overhead. The rooftop? They got all the way up to the roof? I strain my eyes, trying to follow Saber's movements. A pair of figures, 1 black, 1 silver, never stop moving. Then disappears after climbing a few hundred more meters. What? What should I do? Or should I sneak in the building and go to the rooftop? I may not be able to scale the side of the building, but I can get to the rooftop where the ground will be stable. What the? Blinding bright light bursts at the roof, and not just once. It flashes again and again like successive shots in the steady rhythm of a pendulum swinging back and forth. Don't tell me that's Ryder's noble phantasm. Even his saber doesn't have a chance. We're not supposed to let Ryder use her phantasm. Saber's winning hinges on that. Saber! No time to be indecisive. I grit my teeth at my own inadequacy and sprint back to the building. Of course he does. But yeah, now that they're up on the rooftop and we can get up there and potentially help. Also, Shinji could be up on that rooftop. I cannot ignore that as a possibility. I rush up the stairs. Sneaking in was easy. Getting to the rooftop, not much. They don't have an elevator. The elevator only went up to the 40th floor. Now I have to run up the rest. Be grateful that it went up to the 40th. I can't waste my time with a whole bunch of like this. The lights are out, but I keep rushing up the darkened staircase. It's been 5 minutes since I snuck in. A normal battle would have ended by now. Ground shakes. The 50-story skyscraper rocks like a bomb just went off. What the? That wasn't Ryder's noble phantasm. Just one more flight of stairs till I get to the roof. Try to shake off the ominous feeling and focus entirely on reaching the roof. The instant I open the door, a rush of heat sears my cheek. Scorching hot wind rushes at me. What the is happening here? Concrete roof is poked and scorched? Pocked and scorched? Is that supposed to be poached? I don't know. I don't know that word in this situation. The air is so dry, nothing could survive up here. Saber! Saber sprawled on the ground at the heart of it all, exhausted. Saber, come back, Saber! I rush over to Saber, gathering her into my arms. She's still breathing. Saber's unconscious, but she's breathing heavily from a wound she sustained. Saber! Saber's alone. Ryder's nowhere to be seen. What happened doesn't matter. The outcome's clear enough. If Ryder were still here, she wouldn't just leave Saber alone, weakened, as she obviously is. Which means the victor, Saber. Ryder was defeated. After beating her, must have left Saber unconscious. Hang in there, Saber. I'll take you home right quick, and we'll have Tosaka look at you. I lift Saber up. So light. Like a girl! She weighs no more than an illusion. Lets out an anguished sigh. It's done. Well, Ryder died off-screen, which means Ryder is 110% done. No doubt about it, Ryder is deceased. We are victorious. We win the Holy Grail War battle. It's done. It's done. I'm having her sleep in the Japanese-style room, so she's not waking up anytime soon. Not with the state she's at. Thanks for taking a look. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to treat Saber. Well, I just took her armor off and made her comfortable. There's really nothing to thank me for. Saber's not improving, so I didn't do much. Still, really glad Tosaka was here. The moment I arrived home from carrying Saber, Tosaka understood what was going on. Tosaka wasted no time in removing her armor and checking for injuries. So, what happened? You went to find Shinji and you came home with a wounded Saber. I know something happened. Care to explain? I don't know either. All I know is Saber and Ryder fought, and Saber is the only survivor, 100%, no doubt. Ryder's absolutely dead off screen. I want details, but I can't let that go for now. Probably at least of your concerns right now. Why? What do you mean the least of my concerns? How is that unclear? You've got to figure out by now. Saber's going to disappear. What? She says it so calmly. Tosaka just casually brings up one thing I've been trying so hard to avoid. Disappear? You're saying Saber's going to disappear? Yes. I don't know what happened in that battle. Saber's almost out of magic energy. She's in so much agony because she's fighting so hard just to remain here. Even if she's on the brink of disappearing from the lack of magic, Saber's going to disappear because she doesn't have magic energy? Yes, she doesn't have enough magical energy to maintain her form in this world. A normal master would just share their energy, but you can't do that because you suck. Right now, Saber is like a fish suffocating out of water. Suffocate? That's ridiculous. She was fine before. Saber said she could recover if she slept. Only because she had an extraordinary amount of magic energy to begin with. And now, that's burned out. There's only two ways to restore a servant's magic energy if that runs out. Either the master replenishes the energy, or they have the servant collect the energy themselves. Servant collecting it themselves, that would mean killing innocent people like Ryder did. That's impossible. Saber would never do that. She said herself she'd never do such a thing. Yeah, I figured as much. But those are your only options. As long as the master doesn't provide magic energy, the servant will have to supply their own. Your choice. If you want to save Saber, you'll need to tell her to attack people and eat their souls. That's the most realistic method. I'm sure Saber would hate that, but if you leave it as it be, she will disappear sooner or later, and you will be a target for other masters. Saber's going to disappear? I can't consider that. Still remember the warmth of her body as I carried her. I'll let you decide. Saber's condition might settle down if she sleeps. She's at her limit. If you're going to make a decision, you have to make it by tomorrow morning. Sokka leaves the living room. I feel dizzy. I can't even lift my head. The only thing I can do is just listen to the sound of her footsteps fading down the hall. Yeah, if it gives us a choice, we don't kill innocents. 0 chance. Saber wouldn't give us that choice, but just like, we have no choice. You have no idea why I'm smiling. It will be a while before you understand. It's going to go poorly. Like, at this point, I've kind of resigned myself to being... I think I'm locked in a bad end. We made a choice somehow. We made a choice. Oh, no. Oh, that was the choice we made when we we stayed in place for 60 seconds. Never mind. I thought it was a choice that was made based on something else. No. Alright. We're good. How do we restore magic energy? I think I know, but I don't know for sure. I'm not going to say it, just in case it's actually right. Morning. Sun rose, but I didn't sleep a wink. Saber hasn't woken up. She's still sleeping, looking like she's almost dead. At least she's not as pale. The situation's not that dire. Legitimately, the fact that... My biggest concern right now. Throughout this entire playthrough I've done, through all 10, 11 days we've done, I haven't got a single heart with Tosaka. That feels like a really bad thing. We got a lot of hearts with Saber, so that's probably good. It let us use her lap as a pillow, potentially. But at this point, I do fear we're locked into a bad. But hey, maybe we're not. Maybe just having Saber high enough will be good enough. Maybe that'll carry us through. But we'll see. The situation's not that dire. Her breathing is even, and that pained look she had last night is smoothed over. Saber's just sleeping peacefully. A morning like any other. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time she'll stay. Maybe if I let her sleep, Saber will recover away. That way I won't have to make her kill anyone. Then she could stay with me, just like she has been. How could I be so selfish? I slam my fist into a wall. My own weakness nauseates me. If I put off my own decision any longer, Saber will disappear. Ah. Ah. I stand up without another sound. I don't know when Saber's going to wake up. I have to make my decision before she does. I head out. I don't have a plan. I just wander, hoping I'll accidentally come across a sign that'll help me make up my mind. The park is empty as usual. Maybe it's because it's so cold. There's no one around, and it looks like I'm the only one outside. I sit on a bench, question still ringing in my head. No answer yet presenting itself. Time slips by me as I sit on the bench. I have no idea how long I remain sitting there. Just that my fingertips are starting to tremble from the cold. Ah. I thought I'd never see you again, but you're here. I look up to hear a voice calling out to me. It's really you. Hello, Shiro. You look down. Did something happen? Ilya, did you come here by yourself again? It's not safe. You never know where masters are lurking. I'm about to warn her that other masters might be lurking nearby waiting to attack, and I catch myself out realizing how stupid that's going to be. Ilya's a master. I shouldn't be worried about her. We're enemies. Hopefully, Saber can survive long enough to disembowel Ilya before she disappears. That's my only hope at this point. Sorry, I don't have time to talk right now. I'm kind of going through trauma. I know we bumped into each other, but I can't talk today. It's gonna be really cold. You should head home. I don't even get up from the bench as I dismiss Ilya. There are plenty of things I'd like to talk to her about, but I can't think of anything other than Saber. What's going on? Ilya doesn't say anything. She's just looking at me like I'm a stranger. Ilya, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be harsh. I just I'm going through a lot right now. Had kind of a big self-discovery moment last night, and then had more self-discovery moments after a big fight, and just like it's been a traumatic 12 hours. I know. Saber's about to disappear, right? And you're wondering what to do. Just out of nowhere, Ilya's voice got so cold and detached. How'd you know about that? There's not much to explain. I was there last night, at the building. I could only watch from inside, though. Ugh! I try to make my hands and feet move, but nothing's happening. It feels more like the more I try to move, the stiffer they get. Those eyes. Whenever I see Ilya's red eyes, my senses go dull. Oh, you're already chained down. You really weren't on your guard at all. I thought it'd be easier to capture you if you were all alone. But you're so cute, getting caught so easily. Ilya, you... It's no use, brother. You can't move now. Soon, you won't be able to talk. There's nothing to worry about. I actually didn't come to talk today either. Ilya's eyes blaze with murderous intent. Mystic eyes are a huge thing in Tsukihime, which is a part of why they expect you to just understand them here. Fantastic. This is the Ilya that I saw the other night, Berserker's Master. Do you plan to kill me? right here. I grit my teeth and gather my strength. My fingers won't so much budge. It's like Ilya's stare, frozen every nerve in my body. There's no reason for you to remain a master, right? If Saber disappears, you'll be all alone. I can't have you go on being a master. I can kill you easily if you have no other means to fight. Ilya raises her hand. Her slender white fingers reach my chest. Are you going to disembowel me? I feel like that's an embarrassment if you're the one who disembowels me again. Bad touch! I'm glad I found you before the others killed you. Good night, brother. Saber's going to disappear anyway, so the sooner, the better, right? My vision fades. My limbs have gone numb, and now I can't even see either. How long have I been stuck in the darkness? Before I can figure out whether I'm alive or dead or disemboweled, I lose consciousness. Dang it, Ilya. I think I'm still alive.
いいのイリア。この子、イリアの敵じゃないよ。
I knew voices that I'm going to let the game voice. You stay out of this, Liz. And I have every right to do this. It's my privilege. Frickin' white hair privilege. I've waited 10 years for this. I'm not letting him go now. Ilya. But I can't move. I can't feel my body. What the happened? Am I really here?
控えなさい、リーゼリット。お嬢様、組対の受け入れ準備が終わりました。あとは転移を行うだけですが。
What are we transferring? Yeah, I know. I have a feeling I know what happened 10 years ago. Not because of it. I didn't know what was going to happen because I remember from Fate Stay Night. I remember because what I think I remember from Fate Zero. What I think happened from Fate Zero. I'm going to say what I think I remember from Fate Zero. I could be wrong. Don't say if I'm wrong. Because hopefully the game will tell me if I'm wrong or right. This is as good a time to get into this, because I have remembered this for a while now. I just haven't wanted to say it. Fate Zero, the person who I transferring by is, of course, not even joking. That's what's implied, but not say. It feels like that might be what it's implied. I'm going to let the game explain why the transferring thing is a thing. Because, again, I have headcanon about that. But the headcanon I want to talk verbally about. Fate Zero. We meet the person who I think is Ilya's mom. And the person who is either married to, or is in love with, or just stands side by side with Ilya's mom. I think, if I remember correctly, it is Kuritsugu. So I don't know if biologically it's the case, but Kuritsugu is, I think, Ilya's father. And Kuritsugu is also our adopted father. So when she calls us brother, I think it's a literal thing. Like, literally, she is our stepsister. I wonder if they're going to get into that now, or if they'll get into it in the game, but it's like, with how things are going, it feels like an appropriate time to bring up that theory / belief / what I think I remember. Let's keep it up. Okay, let us begin. You two can leave. My vision goes dark. There's no light here. That's a lot of command steals. All I see is Crimson of Ilya's command spells. That's a lot. My consciousness is being taken someplace else. I feel nothing, yet I feel like someone's taking my arm. I'm feeling faint. I don't know what'll happen to me next, but it seems like my fight's ended. We got a bad... It's the first time we've gotten a legitimate bad end in a long time. And, like, the other bad ends we got kind of on purpose. Like, that's the first bad end I've got where it's like, oh, a choice that I chose to make actually led us to a bad end. So the bad end I get leads to a body swap. Of course. Bad end because you let Saber get injured. I trusted Saber. Beyond here lies the Taiga Jojo. Would you like to say goodbye? I just chose the option I thought would lead me to fight Shinji. It didn't lead us to that. That was part of my theory. Like I said, I had two reasons for choosing to stay behind. Saber told me to, and I thought that was the more likely option to find Shinji. I didn't get stabbed. I got, like, hypnotized / my body got paralyzed by magic, and then she's doing, like, a body swap because she doesn't want to be in her body anymore. I'm assuming from what I also think I remember from Fate Zero. So I'm not saying why. But it's like, I think it's Fate Zero is my motivational reason. So now, I count this as my first legit game over, because, like I said, the first two game overs I kind of got on purpose. But at least we get to have some advice from the great Taiga. I miss you, Taiga. You're the best. Yeah, or we had a bad day. Things got bad. Just a little bit. Hi, this is the Taiga Dojo, your one-stop shop for peace and respite. Here to help those suffering from a terminal case of dead. Hi, creepy girl. Why do you also have red eyes? Are you her sister? Are you frickin' Ilya's sister? Or something? Oh boy. Who are you? I never called for a maid. Go get disciple number 1 and bring her here. She got all murdery and then went and got depressed. So unreasonable. But that's good. I want to go to a fancy castle too. Meow. Dang it, Taiga. Why are you punning? How are you doing today, Ordo? Hope you're having a lovely day. Well, anyway, seriously, who are you? You're drawn differently than the rest of us. Well, is that so? I guess Ilya's allowed to have friends? Impossible! So what is your relationship with her? The straight man or the funny man? The crime or the punishment? Well, I knew she had some kind of she was some kind of fancy rich kid, so she really is loaded. Big sis cannot allow this. What a mess. Listen, this bad end happened because Shiro got scared. Go back to the previous choice and figure out how the battle should be going. I don't count it as being scared. I thought it was the smart option. I thought Shiro was to the point where he was doing smart things in battle and not just charging ahead every single time. I thought it was decided that that was bad. Oh well. No sight of Ilya after this bad end for body transfer reasons. Yeah, probably. It was inventory day. I hope your body is recovering. Recover and relax, Ordo. Please take care. What's wrong with having my body? My body is the pinnacle of perfection. How dare you insulting me? Oh, you seem blunt, but I see you know what you're talking about. Good, good, good children. We'll get this Taiga stamp. Your Donka welcome. Oh, there you have it. Let us meet a better dead end next time. We'll try. Restart at the most recent decision point. Save. Yay! First time to get a Taiga Dojo 6. So that means we have successfully avoided 3 bad endings. Yay! I kind of thought there would be more. Let us get back. We need to follow Saber. And save the world. I can't just watch and do nothing. Yep. She's German, I think. Yeah, it's been said that Ilya's German. I could have given her a bad German accent. Dang it. Time to kill Ryder again. The uneven footing prevents Saber from gaining ground on Ryder. The two clash in the air, rushing to the rooftop. The rooftop! If Ryder came flying down from the top of the building, chances are Shinji's there. We have 2 possible ways to win our fight. Either we defeat her or we defeat her master. But whatever it is, it has to be before she deploys the Noble Phantasm. While Saber is fighting Ryder, there's only one thing I should be doing. Interlude 10-1. Fate. Wonder what's going to happen with Saber. Ooh, new visual, new image, yay. The 2 shadows climb upwards. They continue to distance themselves from the ground, gaining more and more altitude. Neither needs proper footing, they just kick their way up the wall. As it happens, they clash countless times, all before they ever reach the top. For anyone watching from the ground, they would probably think they were seeing a game of pinball. Though, I doubt they'd be able to follow these 2 with the naked eye. They were like some sort of pinball wizards. You forgot Shinji was Ryder's master. I also forgot he was Ryder's master, until, he showed me that he was Ryder's master. But things have turned out alright. Let's go visit our good friend Shinji. Right? Let's just go up those stairs and visit our good friend Shinji. It's a deadly circus act. The collisions are barely discernible, invisible to normal human beings. Also, I'm still really glad I don't remember who frickin' Ryder is. I legitimately still do not know who it is. I'm hoping that we're about to get it revealed before we kill her. If we don't find out until, one of the other major storylines, I'm going to be annoyed. Slightly, at least. There was no sign of him at all in the bad end. Now you also know Ilya's in the building too. Yeah, that tells me that, especially with the fuzzies. Although it's weird that Shiro has said in the past that it's like his command spells react whenever there's a master nearby. That's what he is. Well, no, he seemed to only imply that with Shinji when he was doing the bad stuff with the school. So, because, we never got the hand reaction as we were ascending the building, so I honestly did not. I started to think Shinji and Ilya were not there, or no one else was there. But maybe I'm misunderstanding how the hand command spell reaction works when masters are nearby. She may be a servant, but she can't fly through the sky. She might be running up a building wall, but that's it. This is no better than a freefall for her. She alternates between kicking from the building before she loses momentum and slowing to let gravity take hold of her. It may be no exaggeration to say she is falling into the sky. I'm falling down into my shadow. Now that she's started, she'll continue all the way up to the rooftop. And that entire journey, if her opponent hits her, she will be hurled to the ground. But it seems the law of gravity do not apply to the enemy. The opponent's saber has to defeat. The streak of purple shoots across the sky of the building in pursuit of Saber, while Saber focuses on reaching the roof. Gravity has no hold on Ryder. She leaps around effortlessly, moving in and from all directions. Up, down, left, right, B, A, start. Her long hair trails out behind her like a comet's tail. She looks almost like a snake wrapping itself. Saying snake, okay. I think Medusa just leaped up to number 1. The fact that you described it as a snake wrapping around a lawn. I think Medusa just passed Bloody Mary and Helen of Troy for who I think this is. Saber's feet touch the wall. She leans sideways and kicking the wall, aiming for the edge of the building. Saber suddenly shoots out at a right angle at the previous trajectory. Not one of the attack finds its mark. Ryder's simply no match for Saber's raw power. Saber shakes Ryder off. She aims herself upward. If Ryder is like a serpent or snake talk becoming more and more likely, Saber is a bursting spark. But it looks like Ryder might have predicted her move. The distance between them remains the same. Ryder continues along the side of the building. Saber fends Ryder off with her blade and jumps to put some space between them. Though she's able to fend off Ryder's coiling, what like the percentage just keeps going up from like, okay, now I think it's like 40% chance of Medusa, now I think it's 60% chance. I'm up to like 75% chance Medusa. You keep with the snake analogies, I'm gonna keep on thinking that. There's only so much she can do in the air. Where before there had been no contest in their combat ability, they are now more evenly matched. Neither has an attack that can bring this to a close. No, Ryder is withholding her deadliest attack. Every time Saber leaps at Ryder, Ryder fends off the attack. Ryder is only keeping Saber at bay as she makes it to the rooftop. Do not intend to fight, Ryder! Saber curses at her cowardly enemy. To a knight like Saber, a fight like this is as good as an insult. Such a thing should involve both opponents giving it their all in the clash. With that belief, Ryder's actions are disrespectful. Fufu, it appears you do not like heights, Saber. Ryder's voice is cool. She is right. Saber's clearly not used to fighting in the air. This is probably a first for her, actually. Knights are meant to fight on solid ground. They are not supposed to cling to walls like her opponent. Your proud sword won't do you any good. But don't worry, I will give you your rest soon. Ryder moves upwards, her manner inviting. She has set this whole thing up. Saber understands that, though. At the end of this circle, yes, Ryder's ideal positioning must be up above. Ryder cannot use her trump card so readily, which is why she is luring her prey to a place there will be no interruption, so she can settle it with her ultimate attack. As soon as she reaches the roof, she'll be in a difficult position. If Ryder's noble phantasm is exactly what Saber thinks it is, she won't have any defense against it. There's no turning back now. We cannot ignore Ryder or her master. This isn't about defeating the enemy in the Holy Grail War. Saber must defeat Ryder to protect her master. Because she has no other choice. The whole situation must be absolutely dumbfounding for her. We probably thought more than once about not wanting to push her master to anything crazy. The two continue gaining altitude. Their rapid clashing ring out across the building as the battle approaches its final destination. It's the final destination. New servant data added. What? Is that more Saber information? Did we learn more about the Noble Phantasm? No? Must have been something about Saber that we don't know about. Oh well. Saber having no issue with running into traps like this on purpose puts the batting when you got into better context. Yeah, dang it, Saber. Darn, why did it only go up to the 40th floor? I rushed up the stairs as I complain a whole lot. I'm going to be writing to this building's manager. Managed to enter the building from the back, but the elevator doesn't go all the way to the roof. I have to run up the remaining flights. I climb the stairs as fast as I can. Don't know how long it's been since Saber and I split up. Probably less than 10 minutes, but that's way too long. Never know how or when a battle will end. Even Saber's not perfect. She can make a mistake and get in trouble. But before that happens, I can make sure Shinji uses up his command spells. Ryder might stop fighting. The harder I run, the more my still healing body hurts. Sprinting around the building up the stairs has left me out of breath. But I don't slow down. No, I speed up. Something has me worried. Not sure why, but my chest hurts. Not in physical pain. Something of a warning of danger ahead. Saber can't win. There's something on this rooftop that shouldn't be faced. Are we about to run into her? Old boy Herc. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. We took the stairs vibes. Yeah, definitely took the stairs here. Was the elevator an option in remake? I never even tried. I only took the stairs. As soon as I saw the stairs, I was like, I have to take the stairs. It's just daring me to. Oh, pain. Sorry, sinuses just attacked. We got this. I tried to shake this feeling off and focus on climbing the stairs. The wind is strong. The moment I open the door, the city's nightscape fills my field of village. Field of village, oi. Torch marks, puck. I don't know what the word pock means, I guess. It's the second time it's come up. I've got to look up what this means. Dang it. I assume it just means like holes or something. A pockmark. What's a pockmark? I don't think I know the word pockmark either. A pitted scar or mark on the skin left by a pustule or pimple. Okay, so we have just entered a Dr. Pimple Popper building fantasy, I guess. Elevator was an option in remake. No one does it. Heck yeah, good. Did on your recent playthrough and it was just as funny. Heck yeah. Love going up those stairs. Oh, poor Barrett. At its center, at the heart of the burned, scarred rooftop, Saber's on her knees. The Saber! Shira, why are you here? Saber's shoulders heave with her labored breathing. The moment I rushed to her, I noticed something strange floating above me. Or rather, the sheer, overwhelming amount of magical energy forces me to take notice. Yeah, we got Pac. We got the Pockpool Combat Club, are the trios champion in AEW. Because Lucha Brothers are probably almost guaranteed to be gone. Which makes me sad, because like Lucha Brothers are my favorite wrestlers, and AEW is my favorite promotion, and it's like Pentagon is like legit maybe one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And it's like, I hope he does well in WWE. If they put him in like a main event picture, that might actually get me to watch WWE for the first time in a long time. I look up towards the sky. Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings? What? Something... A paler or more blinding white light than the moon hovers over me. Ow! Guess I know why you're a rider now. This narrows down Rider's ability a lot. Very few people in Greek myth had relation to a Pegasus. So, definitely Greek myth. Guarantees that. Alright, gonna take a quick anti-hydration break as the ad plays out. I'll be right back. You guys try to think of Greek people. And we are back. I legit don't remember, in real, actual Greek mythology, who all interacted with Pegasus. So, this is going to be a surprise. I guess we're getting ready for the reveal of who the heck this is. Also explains why I didn't see Ryder on the roof when I went up there earlier. Legendary mystic I've only heard about in myth. The moment she reaches the rooftop, Saber confronts her opponent's true form. Saber leans on her sword exhausted and looks up. The Rider class is really made up of riders. Yeah, that's been the thing. It was just like, why are you called Rider? Are you called Rider because, like, your noble phantasm made you move really fast? I guess we could call it that. Are you jumping really high? As soon as it said, like, flapping of wings, I was expecting her hair to be wings. And then I was going to have my mind blown. It's like, alright, straight up got a Pegasus. The white light rushing towards her, Saber unleashes the wind that surrounds her sword, using it to create an invisible barrier. It goes flying backwards. Her attempt to block the onrushing Pegasus fails to even slow it down. Grrr! Force the impact knocks Saber back, slamming her into the ground. No time to be lying down. Pegasus turns midair and resumes its glide without even pausing. Can't possibly brace herself. Her only possible option is to evade. Even if she manages that, the after effects of the passage will chip away at her defenses. If this keeps up, it will hit her eventually. The white light streaks down towards her. Pegasus sails far overhead and knocks Saber backwards before sweeping back into the skies. She can't possibly reach it. There are no walls she can kick off of, not here. And if she could, there's no way she'd actually reach Pegasus. An open rooftop like this is the worst place to fight Ryder. Yeah, this is bad. I would suggest retreating back into the building, but I don't know if they're going to be foolish enough to chase us. Probably not. So yeah, we are in trouble, my friends. Got trouble right here at the top of the building. Despite having her advantage, Saber waits for her opportunity to fight back. Pegasus it may be, but it is a living creature, so she should be able to kill it if she could just get a chance. Her opportunity for victory if Ryder makes a mistake at the range. This is a surprise. You're tougher than expected. Ryder's voice comes from high above. Saber grips her sword tightly as she looks up. But is there any point to this? You have no chance of winning. If you are to disappear, I suggest you do so gracefully. Ryder's voice is calm. Even so, I hear just the slightest bit of joy in it. I never expected you to have a phantasmal species, but I didn't expect you to have... I expected you to have a phantasmal species, but I didn't expect you to have this, Ryder. A phantasmal species? As the name suggests, it refers to creatures which exist within an illusion. Humanoids, like fairies or giants, demonic creatures like Oni and Dragon. They are considered mystics. That alone can make them superior to magecraft. It's the law of nature for mystics to be destroyed by other stronger mystics. It's the same way magecraft grows. Even if a human masters magecraft, the most they can accumulate is about 500 years worth of it. Take a species that's lived since ancient time, well, there's just no contest. But it's been a long, long time since humans and phantasmals have existed at the same time. The longer phantasmal lives, the further its distance itself from the world. The only phantasmal species in the modern world are a scant few hundred-year-olds. So Saber expected the phantasmal rider has as her mount to be only a few hundred years old. So Shiro just knows about phantasmal mounts the way this exposition is going? Alright. I don't remember that description, but maybe it happened off screen. You must be truly wicked if you thought to bring something from the Age of Gods here, Ryder. Yes, I am different from you all. That is, I was merely an enemy for you. And so now I control only the poor things you people cast out in the distant past. I see. I knew there was something twisted about you. So you are a demonic spirit rather than a heroic one. Curse me all you want. It does not matter. You won't be able to lay a finger on my darling here. The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. It's a giant arrow aimed at Saber's heart, ready to fire at a moment's notice. Another hit. Ryder is the villain of the past. I don't remember if Medusa ever interacted with a Pegasus, but it's like... it's now up to 90%. This is Medusa. Bloody Mary is eliminated. Bloody Mary and Greek. So. Slight chance of Helen of Joy, but I'm going to say almost no chance at that. There's like 1% chance that, 9% other, 90% Medusa. I shouldn't say 90%. Like, there's a chance, like, there's a very good chance it's just some, like, Greek mythology I'm just not thinking of. So let's lower that to, like, 75%. Pegasus itself is not a powerful phantasmal species. A typical Pegasus is just phantasmal that can only match a demonic beast in power. With that the case, it would be easy to defeat it with invisible air alone. Not saying if you're right or wrong. In the original Greek myth, the snakes on Medusa's head turned into a Pegasus after her head was cut off. Alright, that is making me much more confident in my pick. Final answer. I'm locking in final answer Medusa. That Pegasus has existed since the Age of Gods, and has long since reached the level of phantasmal. The horse is nearing the level of a dragon race, considering to be the strongest of all phantasmal. At the very least, its defenses are probably already at the level of the dragon race. This Pegasus possesses divine protection that exceeds even Saber's, whose magic resistance is unparalleled. The way it glides through the air, trailing massive amounts of magical energy, it's like a castle wall bearing down on Saber. It sounds like we would need like a straight up holy sword of some sort in order to damage the Pegasus. It can't be possible to avoid or repel something like that. But something else is odd here. Ryder simply summoned Pegasus. It has no true name of its own. To Ryder, Pegasus is little more than, say, a favorite dagger. And that means she has yet to use her noble phantasm. Even in her dire predicament, the possibility of defeat never even enters Saber's mind. Instead, she thinks her chance will come when Ryder really starts to get serious. Whatever Ryder's noble phantasm may be, it'll have no trouble destroying the building like this. She just needs to focus on defending herself or on staying alive. Then all she has to do is cut down Ryder as soon as the opportunity presents itself. If only her master hadn't shown up. What? I look up towards the sky. Uh-oh, this is bad. This seems bad. Flapping wings, I hear the flapping wings. Wait, was all that Saber talking? Who was just talking? Because it feels like now Shiro is. Just like, did we change to like a third-person perspective for a minute? What? All of that was Saber. But she's referred, I guess she referred to herself in third person as well, because she referred to, Saber was referred. Why the black borders were on screen. Dang it, have the interlude thing, let me know. Stupid game. Could it be that what scorched the rooftop and forced Saber to her knees? I see that Ryder is, as her class suggests, riding a horsey. What the? I shift my focus from Ryder. I thought I heard something. Shinji! I know you're here. Come out! Can't tell how strong Ryder is while she's on Pegasus. All I can tell is that white fiend has more magical energy in it than a few hundred mages could muster. No wonder the roof is a mess. That monster can destroy darn near anything about it just by running across it. That thing charges up from the sky. Even Saber won't be able to avoid it. Quit hiding! I came here like you asked. Show yourself! Race against time. I need to defeat Shinji. If I defeat the Master, Ryder will disappear. I hear laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. Shinji! Did you see that, Emiya? This is the difference between my power and yours. Only his voice echoes. Urgh! I fight down my impatience and try to focus on the sound of the laughing. The wind is so strong, I can't tell where the laughter's coming from. Sucks to be you, sucker! This is what you get when you try to be cool and act like it's all under control. Now do you understand that you have to go for the kill when you have the chance? Yeah, we don't want Ryder to be able to do a triangle attack. We don't want a guaranteed crit on Saber. That feels like it would be very bad for us. Shinji! Don't rush. Let him talk. Let him talk all he wants. The more he talks, the better chance I have of finding him. But I'm not like that. You and your servant are done for here and now. But it's not like we're total strangers, you know. I still owe you from yesterday. So I'll be merciful and kill you quickly. Nerg! This is bad. Pegasus still high up in the sky, tips its head towards Saber. Vortex of magical energy whirls faster, as if it knows no limit. If that thing comes at us as full steam, it'll blow the entire roof apart. Don't worry, Emiya. You are a bit of a speed bump along the way. But I'll make sure those morons at school join you soon. And if you're still lonely after that, I'll send Sakura to join you too. Kill. 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 Kill Shinji! Why you? Shinji! Go, Ryder. Take the woman first. Don't leave a trace. Saber! A white comet streaks towards us, and at that moment, a storm rages around me. Saber! What? For the first time, she forgets her enemy in battle. She's furious with her master for... I'm gonna say this is Shinji. Shiro. I'm gonna say this is Shiro. She's furious at her master for walking into the death trap. But she's also angry at herself for failing to anticipate him for doing so. All those thoughts are cast aside. What else can she do? Even now, even in the midst of danger, she can be only concerned for her well-being in her eyes. Shiro. He's always been like this, actually. He may have understood that she wasn't accepted. I feel like it's third person. This isn't Saber or Shiro. This is third person, but I'm going to read it now as Saber, I guess. He may have understood that she was an exceptional knight, but that is never how he saw her. It appears playtime is over, Saber. Ryder's giggling voice reaches her even now. Ryder touches Pegasus' neck with both her hands, and the beast's wings beat harder. My noble phantasm is powerful, but it is not suitable to be used on the ground, so if I use it, it will draw attention. With other masters still around, I could not do so readily. But up here, there is no cause to worry. Do you understand that I brought you up here because it suited me? Something begins to form in Ryder's hands. It seems insignificant, really, a glittering golden rope. The Golden Fleece? Is that your noble phantasm, Ryder? Yes, distasteful though it is. My darling here is too kind, not fit for battle. And so I need something like this to get them in the mood. Atakash, how did you know it was going to feel like bondage rope one line after you sent that message? Oh boy, what are we about to get into? Are we going to get a tied up scene? Please tell me no. We don't need that. I don't know if I can make TOS Tonberry big enough for that. TOS Tonberry, are you here just in case it gets bad? Just in case. Be on standby. I might need you. In case we get all bondagey. The Pegasus lowers its head. The feral nature is not inborn with the creature itself, but coaxed by Reiter's touch. Be gone, Saber. Even if you survive, your master has no chance. So long as your master dies, you will follow him. Well, yeah, that's kind of the truth. That's how the whole Holy Grail War thing works. Ryder's noble phantasm will utterly destroy the roof, and if she hurried, she might be able to carry Shiro away and escape, but Ryder won't stop at just destroying the rooftop. Her master's not strong enough to survive the collapsing building. Meaning, to protect her master, they'll have to destroy her enemy. Pegasus and all. Doesn't have time to think about whether it's the right thing to do. Saber glances one last time at her master, still some distance from her. He's doing his best to fill his role simply by gritting his teeth and fighting back. Oh, wind. The last of her hesitation fades. What is ahead no longer matters. All that matters in this moment, and in it she must be her master's blade and defeat the enemy they now face. Go, Ryder! Get the woman first! Don't leave any trace! I hear the jarring, granting shout. At that moment, Pegasus ascends higher and vanishes from sight. Pegasus flies into the air. It's already lost its form. It rises up as if to shoot through the moon, and then continue its arc by flapping its wings, powered itself towards the ground. I guess we have no choice. We have to use Catapult Turtle to send Gaia the Dragon Champion to destroy the moon. It is our only choice. Blazing white comet streaks downward. It becomes an arrow of searing white light, but Ryder continues urging it on. There's only one target. It intends to annihilate its enemy entirely, and the isolated garden in the sky with it. Valero. She speaks his name. The noble phantasm is the miracle that is released by speaking its true name. Bon. It is divine lightning. There we go. A thunderous flash. There's no emotion in her eyes as she looks on. You said nobody would see from this vantage, didn't you, Ryder? The wind unfurls her blade and becomes a storm. I agree. There is no need to worry about destroying the ground from so high up. Seal is broken. Layers of wind unfold from her blade. Her sword is finally visible. It's not like we wanted to see an image of the cool sword now that it's visible. Whatever. A storm rages before my eyes. The white light descends from the rooftop. Saber, though she is the sole focus of that light, doesn't move. Saber! The raging wind. She's the source. No, not Saber herself. Her sword! Hey, there we go! Ah! I can't believe what I'm seeing. The blade should be invisible, but there it is. Like unwrapping bandages, the wind slowly coils from her blade. It's a lightsaber! Wait, it's a golden sword? The wind rages on. The multiple layers of seals peel away. The bands of wind dissolve into the air. She readies her now visible sword and turns back towards Pegasus as it dives for her. Ryder approaches as a brilliant flare of light. Belferon is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop and is only picking up speed to destroy us, building and all. The bridle of chivalry lights up the rooftop. Time stops. In the face of inescapable destruction, my mind goes blank. But the light is not coming from the bridle of chivalry. You done made Saber mad! The light churns and builds upon itself. The light of Rider's Mount is brilliant, but it cannot hold a candle to the purity I see in this one. Saber is holding the ultimate sacred sword that has collected the light of the stars.
Excalibur, Excalibur, from the United Kingdom, I'm looking for heaven, I'm going to California. Excalibur, Excalibur, Excalibur!
It is revealed! Finally, we can say the most obvious spoiler in all the Fates franchise. We have the wielder of Excalibur, him/herself. Hi, Saber. Good to finally see ya. Lasers! It only took 10 days to learn who Saber is. I bet this was like a super cool reveal, like, back when it was first played, and not every single person with even the faintest knowledge of Fate knew exactly who Saber is. A single line of brilliant light. It's a blade of light shearing through everything it touches. The beam of light destroys Rider utterly as it cleaves through the clouds and disappears into the night sky, most likely. If that sword had been used on the ground, it would have carved a trail of devastation through the city. Her sword is not unseeable. It simply not reveal itself. It is the golden sword that captivates all who behold it, with a true name of surpassing fame. Excalibur, the sword of promised victory. Sword that is said to have existed in England, a sword wielded by the king, who has become the very symbol of knighthood. The strongest of the servant's noble phantasms, sealed by several bounded fields. This is Saber's proof of her place as a hero. Yeah, Ryder could have dodged it probably. All she had to do was, she could have done a barrel roll. If she had just done a barrel roll, she would have had the iframes to get through it. Learning who Ryder is in this route because she's been disintegrated. Dang it! We don't know who Ryder is in this route, really? Son of a gun. Alright, fine. Silence falls over the rooftop. The wind has died down, and not so much as a breeze whispers across the rooftop. I stand dazed in place. I can't even approach Saber. I'm still too confused to act, or maybe I'm just captivated by her sword. It's such a pretty sword. Of course, the girl would have a gold sword. No. My mind is racing. I can't seem to think of much that makes sense. Why does she have that sword? That golden sword belongs to a famous knightly king who everyone knows is totally a dude, right? As I try to figure it out, she came to have something like that. I realize my mind is doing everything I can to deny the simplest of possible answers. She's just the Lady of the Lake. Simplest answer. I don't need to be making all these assumptions. That sword has always been hers, and that's why her true name is so easy to figure out. The owner of that sacred sword can only have one name. Saber remains motionless where she stands. I should approach her, but my body won't listen. I've been told so many times that Saber's a heroic spirit, but Now that I've seen it myself, that she is indeed the great hero of the past, I hesitate to get close to her. Ugh! Dissolving in a pile of ash and... it's burning! Shinji. Just how screwed he is. Now that Ryder has been kind of evaporated. Shinji turns and sprints towards the exit of the rooftop. Hey! Leaps through the door of the stairway. Nothing you can say, nothing's gonna change what you've done to me. Now's my time to shine. I'm gonna take what's mine as I'm burning inside my light. Wait, Shinji. I can't let him get away again. The moment I turn to pursue Shinji, just out of the corner of my eye, I see Saber collapse. My mind stops. Shinji's fleeing and Saber's falling to the ground. I should... I'm gonna probably be like... I'm betting that the correct right thing to do is to go to Saber. But I'm choking this son of a gun out. Shinji comes first. If Saber defeated Ryder, my job is to catch Shinji and make him quit being a man. Even though he kind of doesn't have a servant anymore, nor command spells, but I still want to... This is for me. Hopefully we can just push him over the edge of some stairs. I would accept that. I'd prefer, like, you know, just a slow, torturous death for him, but hey, pushing him down the stairs would work just as well. The sharp sound of footsteps echoed in the darkness. Shinji's fleeing down the dark staircase. Oh. What the is with that woman? How can something so crazy happen? Ryder's noble phantasm is supposed to be the strongest. How did she lose? Why did that Super Saber have a noble phantasm like that? It's not fair! It's not fair! It's not fair! He rolls down the stairs, crashing into a wall, and then scampers on the ground. Shinji is heading down, down, down. The image of light severing Ryder framed in his mind, never leaving. Oh, it's just falling down the stairs. Oh, thank you for these thuds. I'm going to soak in these thuds. It's like he says, that noble phantasm was unbeatable. That sacred sword may look godly to allies, but to opponents it must truly be horribly demonic. Dang it, I wanted more thuds. Ugh. So Shinji runs, even in pitch darkness. That light will find him if he stops. If he turns around, it'll burn him to nothing, just like Ryder. He can't afford to stop. More than the loss of his servant, more than the loss of his command spells, and the end of his time as a master, Shinji fears for his life. Good. Oh. What was that about her noble phantasm being invincible? That woman was all talk. How dare she trick me? She got into this mess because she was just too arrogant. That idiot! But she followed her orders, just as he gave them to her. Told her not to make it quick. Ryder had suggested destroying the enemy with a single blow. Shinji ignored her, and instead decided to back Saber into a corner. He fell again. Ha ha. Should be near to escaping the darkness. Run into a wall of some kind. What? Who the put a wall here? Punches into a vent in anger. I'm going to enjoy this. Huh? Something sounds off. Shinji looks again at what he thought was an wall, then he looks at his own arm, which is bent backwards in a near circle. Too afraid to even scream. No! This is my kill! No! No! I swear if she steals my kill, I am going to hate her forever. No! Don't steal my kill! You're not playing fair, you little Mikiri maggot. There's no escape for losers like you. Playful laughter fills the stairwell. Silver-haired girl emerges from the oppressive darkness. I know there was another master in the building. I know. I just didn't want her to show up until after I killed Shinji. And then she could go kill Saber or paralyze me and take my body or whatever, and then I can get my bad ending. But I deserve this. I deserve to destroy Shinji. Shiro wouldn't, but I'm in control of Shiro right now. I deserve this. I have the Switch controls and hands. I deserve to have the ability to frickin' use the power of HD Rumble to just clap these around his neck and twist and twist and twist. Until I can drop some Mentos down his neck hole and see if it spews. He recognizes her. In the brief instant, Shinji realizes who he is seeing and dies. Couldn't have given it to me, game. You couldn't have given me one thing. The one thing I want more than anything else in this entire unit. And you stole it from me. We're playing that game? Playing that game? Alright. 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 Look at the positive side. Shinji is super dead. Just sad I couldn't be the one to do it. I run through the darkened stairwell. Maybe too dark to see, but I can still pursue Shinji. Nothing else around to make noise at this point. The sound of Shinji's footsteps echoes in the stairwell, so he's not hard to follow. To be fair, you did at least make the choice that leads to seeing him die. I guess I could look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. Shinji is dead. I don't hear his footsteps anymore. Change happens kind of suddenly. It was close, I could hear him. And he's still got a ways before he gets to the elevator. Can't think of any reason for Shinji to stop. Shinji. I move quietly, cautiously, and I immediately find the reason his footsteps stop. I kind of see where Shinji stopped running. The corridor, which had been empty when I passed by on my way up, now splattered with blood. I feel my senses buzz with numbness. Before my mind even attempts to understand what happened, my body reacts instinctively. I shouldn't be here. Can we kick his corpse a little bit first? Saber told me to listen to my senses. They are screaming at me to get back to the... No, my senses are telling me to kick him in the head and the nuts a couple of times. Those are my instincts. Ah, dang it. Sorry I'm late. You okay, Saber? Fight down my nausea and make my way to Saber. Saber's in bad shape. Beads of sweat trickle down her brow and her breath is shallow, labored. Looks like she's got a fever. Got a fever. No way. Saber, what's going on? I call out to Saber nervously, but she doesn't respond. It's out cold. Saber! I touch her forehead. Oh no, it's hot! I jerk my hand away. It's unnaturally hot. She's got to be running a fever of over 40 degrees. Wait, that's really cold. Saber, pull yourself together. I call out to her, but her only response is shallow, anguished breathing. Erg! I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know what to do, but I can't just stand around. I'm going to take you home. I'll deal with any complaints later. So light. I know that, of course. Question. Does fast forward skip past scene dialogue? I think we're about to find out. That was not scene dialogue. Things are now going to be similar to the bad end from earlier, but rest assured Saber's condition isn't as bad. But when I turn to pursue Shinji, I see Saber collapse. Wait, what? I thought I hit fast forward. Wait, what happened? Oh, fast rewind. I did fast rewind. My bad, my bad, my bad. My bad. We still follow Shinji. We always follow Shinji. We want to see him die again. Okay, good. Fast forward. Yes, that was. Thank you for point. It took me way too long to realize that. I am blind and bad at reading stuff. But good to know that fast forward does not get past. Does go past scene dialogue and does not. And stops on unseen, so that's good. I'm going to take you home. I'll deal with any complaints later. Lift Saber up. She's so. Oh, okay. Warm, so that means she's still alive. Saber is the person I've known this whole time. Oh, I'm with myself for even hesitating. No, I stand by my decision. I stand by the decision. I deserve it. I deserve to try to kill Shinji. Even if that was stolen from me. Going home quick. Just hold still. I start running, Saber in my arms. I always forget the buttons. So yeah, I probably did I lose heart points? Push the right button for once. So maybe this was just an affection. So I might have not gotten affection points, but I'm going to say it was worth it to see Shinji die. Because we deserve to see Shinji die. We earned that. Start running, Saber in my arms. There's no sense of triumph from this victory. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if we got to be the ones to kill Shinji, but I'll sadly just have to take what I can get. All I feel is Saber in my arms, barely breathing. Scene is still counted as different from before, as there is different dialogue, but you can still go a bit fast if you wish. Alright. I'm gonna sleep in the Japanese-style room. Still glad Chisaka was here. See if she says anything different. A lot of this is... Okay, here we go. Saber's noble phantasm. I shouldn't disclose her true name. That's a bad idea. I can't decide on my own to reveal... Ryder's been defeated. Shinji lost his command spell and dropped out. That's how we're going to put it? He dropped out? Sure, he dropped out. And by dropped out of life, probably down a staircase after getting every bone in his body broken. But Saber used her noble phantasm, then collapsed. Saber's noble phantasm? I do want details, but I can't do that now. Going to disappear. Out of magical energy. Definitely what Saber said. I don't think I'm seeing anything new. So fast forward. She absolutely cannot use her noble phantasm again. The next time she does, she will disappear. Servant collecting himself. Not doing that. We're not killing. 0% chance of that. Are we going to go get killed by Ilya again? Or get body swapped or body taken over. Whatever was going on there. Use a command spell. There's only use a command spell. That should at least let you avoid the worst case scenario. Why didn't she say this earlier? I need to order Saber. Oh, she wants me to order to do the kill. I can't just command spell that, hey, you have more energy automatically. I guess that's not possible. It feels like it probably should be possible, but I guess it's just not. One save, please. All right. Fate 11. Dragons playing. There we go. We didn't get some heart points there. We dropped some Saber heart points on the table, but got to see Shinji die. And we've taken out Ryder. We have taken out Shinji. Well, we didn't get to take out Shinji. You can't create energy from nothing. Okay, so it just like creates a burst of energy. So like forcing her to teleport is still something we can do because there is energy to force the teleportation. Got it. That I understand it better. Got it. But I think this is a good place to stop for now. Either tomorrow or Wednesday will be the next Fate stream. I don't want to do it 2 days in a row because Thursday, as mentioned in the past, is our Ace Attorney series with our buddy Worst, and I don't want to risk my voice not being 100% for that stream. Day 11 is the longest, so be ready. So, okay, so next time we stream, it will probably be just entirely dedicated to Day 11. We might not even finish it. So, either tomorrow or Wednesday will be the next Fate stream. Thank you so much to everyone who stopped by today. Thank you to Skeeth, Ordo, Rivers, Astro, everyone who hung out even in the background for a minute. It's great. We appreciate it. Thank you to all the lurkers. Love the lurking out there. I do a lot of lurking myself with stuff. Who is streaming at the moment so we can share just a little bit of love? Gotta get off because I'm going to be playing some other games. I'm going to be playing some what's the game I'm playing? Baldur's Gate 3. I just started getting into Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. Well, Astro was hanging out with us, so let's go hang out with Astro. Astro's doing Outer Wilds right now. So I don't know much about Outer Wilds, but I've been watching Astro play a little bit of it. So let's go enjoy watching her do that. Watch them? I think Astro is them. I think Astro is them. I'll double check just to make. If you feel like participating in the raid, we do have raid commands. You've activated my raid con because branding. Thanks to everyone who hung out today. This has been a fun one. We beat one down. We're one servant and master down in one of the, I think, 3 major branches. So technically, I guess we're like 1/18 through the game. Do we want to count it that way? All right. Let's enjoy some Outer Wilds and enjoy some wild puzzle solving. All right. And again, next time we stream will either be tomorrow or Wednesday. If it's Wednesday, it'll probably be in the afternoon because I'll be watching Dynamite. So thank you so much to everyone who stopped by, and until next time, fare thee well. Ta-ta.